Good afternoon. It's Bonnie from BonnieStamp.com. I know it's been a while since I did a video. I have a ton of excuses, and that's just not acceptable. So I'm going to share a cute little technique that I learned, more like a wow factor. I saw it online and was like, I have to try it and I have to share it with my people that follow me. So what I did, I already did this, is took basic white paper and I embossed it in this beautiful folder. And it is in our catalog there. It's the Layered Florals 3D embossing folder. It's super pretty. Again, you forget what you're capable of creating just by using ink. And check out my hands. Yep, they're disgusting today. But it's been fun, to be honest with you. So let me share what I did. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna remove the ink pads. I used 5 colors, and I'm going to start with the Shaded Spruce ink pad. And you're gonna not color on the side that's raised, so you can see how it's raised. We're gonna do it on the opposite side, okay? And like I said, I'm going to use a sponge dauber just to do the leaves because they're just so super small, and I feel like I can't get into the groove of the leaf. So you can see I just made a mess there, and we're just going to go around and color the lovely leaves that I can find. And I may not hit all of them, and you know what? It's okay, because there's no wrong in art. It's one of the greatest things about creating, and one of the greatest things about creating, it always looks good when it's finished. Rarely is it not acceptable to be shown or given. I don't know, today is what, March 10th already? It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Last weekend I traveled with my son south to look at some colleges. My last one, my baby. And it's funny because all my customers remember him as a baby, and he would be jumping in his little toy during class. And then as he got older, he would help with my bingo events, and he was just always around wanting to help and craft with us. Now he's like scattered. Can't see him. Playing his Xbox. But we did have a good trip in the South. He's got 3 schools that he's looking at. And I'm not going to say which one I think he is going to go to, because if I do it, he'll probably tell me I'm wrong, because, you know, that's how teenagers are. So the next color I'm going to use is Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to take one of our smaller blending brushes, and I'm going to go in the middle of each flower. It is a little hard to see. I'm sure it's harder to see on film too, but you'll get the gist of it. And it's okay if the colors blend over each other. It's all going to come out in the end. You're going to be like, holy cow, because that's how I was. And I already made one little video, and I shared it with one of my friends. And they're already like, how did you do that? Like, wow, that is so cool. What paper is that? I'm like, it's not paper. We're making the paper. She's like, we're making the paper? I'm like, yeah, you're making the paper. So, believe it or not, I have so many ideas in my head. Not that I make excuses, but I make excuses of not sharing them. This is my passion. I love Stampin' Up! Products, and I love what I get to do with them. And I'm so thankful. For 20 years, I've been a part of this company. And if I ever needed a friend, I have, without a doubt, such a lifeline of friends that I could call in a moment that would just drop everything to talk to me. And they've taught me a lot about friendships, and it's very humbling, I guess you can say, to be surrounded by such wonderful people. Home office people, demonstrators, clients. It's amazing, Stampin' Up!, what has it brought to my life. Okay, so now, let's get back to business. So you can kind of see what I've done. It might look like a little messy, right? Like a little kid did it. Look at my hands. Is that not lovely? Okay, so anyway, so I'm going to do now the smaller leaves flowers that are in here. And I did the first few, which you're going to see at the end in Coastal Cabana, but I changed my sponge dauber and it was too close to the shaded spruce. I didn't like it. It didn't give enough contrast, and I can show you at the end. I don't want to spoil it yet. So if you think you have too much ink on your little blending brush, I'm going to put some on this glass mat because we can wipe it off at the end. And I'm just going to go in and now color the lovely little guys. I will tell you, I am not the greatest with these brushes. Not enough practice. That's what this is telling me. But, you know, live and learn. Some people, you know, I'm a fabulous bow maker. So that I've mastered because every one of my customers loves me to make their bows for them. So I make hundreds, average bows. But, yeah, you can wipe off onto the glass mat if you feel like you need to. You can pick up the color from the glass mat. How about that? Isn't that kind of cool? Love this glass mat. I hope if you signed up during Celebration, you picked the glass mat as your free gift, because each day I'm learning more and more what I can do with this glass mat. And I definitely like that it's sturdy, that it doesn't flex on me, that it gives me a good stamped image. And now look at, I'm doing this technique on here and I don't care if ink gets all over the place. I'm not wasting paper. So there's that. Okay, so isn't that pretty? We're done. No kidding. But you can see, like, I even went over in some of the flower. I'm not going to really worry about it. The Tenation Tide, just so you guys know, is going to be retiring in a few months here, like 2. That if you like any of the current 2022 to 2024 in colors, I strongly suggest that you are placing your order within the next week or so of getting the inks, the reinkers, the markers, the blends, embellishments, ribbons, cardstock, whatever has these colors in it will be retiring. And I will tell you, as soon as that retired list comes out, they're gone within like seconds. So definitely get your reinkers and probably your blends too. Who doesn't love blends? I know I do. So, all right. So last color. Well, second to last color. This is Berry Burst. I did try it with Bubble Bath. Yeah. Bubble Bath. And it was a little too light, so I changed it over to the Berry Burst. I probably could use Melon Mambo, but not one of my favorite colors. I hate to say that, but it's just not one of my go-to colors. So here we go. We're going to go in and we're just going to start coloring in now the flower. You can kind of see by process of elimination where the flower is. So you're just going to kind of go over it. You're going to swirl around. I can pick up the color from there again. Kind of get this little flower over here. I'm doing that because I don't want like a big blob. Sometimes you get like a big mark if you don't start off the paper and you go directly onto your image. Kind of messed up on this flower. The green is like took over. I colored it wrong, but oh well, there's no wrong in art, right? I'll fix it. You won't even know that that's in the wrong spot. So as you can see, I'm just twirling it around and I'm just coloring over the flower. Trying not to get all of the yellow colored, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not the best with these brushes, but practice makes perfect, right? Let me just go over that one with the, say, look at, I made that a little darker, make this one a little darker. Now that I can see where I'm coloring, right? And then we'll pick up some more of this guy and we'll go back over. It's kind of neat how this comes out, right? So again, I saw this online and then I saw 100 demonstrators, I feel like, doing this little technique. And I just was so wowed by it. I was like, I have to try this. So I'm kind of happy that today is Sunday and that I dedicated time to do it. I wrote 2 blog posts yesterday. I've got my calendar kind of getting settled in. I'm trying to get so much better at time management because that is a downfall of mine. Okay, so look at that mess. I don't know. Some people might think that this is pretty. Is it pretty? I don't know. But it definitely is colorful and it definitely was fun. I didn't stress doing it. I'm okay that the colors blended into each other in some of the spots. It is what it is, right? So I'm going to grab my little mat here and just wipe off where this ink is. See, this is one of the perks. Look at, I don't even have to change papers. So nice. So here's my lovely piece of paper. And the final trick is we're going to grab, I'm choosing basic gray to go over what I just colored. I know, bear with me, right? Okay, so here we go. So I don't know, I've tried it a few ways. I don't know how is the best way to hold the ink pad. I really wish I had some more advice. You're just gonna start off the ink pad and you're gonna drag it over the image. See now what happened? I didn't drag over here far enough. So let me try this one. That's what happens when you do a video. You might mess up, but that's okay, right? Just to show you, we mess up too, but I love how this one came out. So I might just cut that part off. Oh my goodness. Look at how pretty the colors come out. So there you go. It's called Black Magic. And now, I guess I didn't start off the paper far enough. So that's why all the color got onto here. So I might just trim it. So maybe now I'm going to make what they call like a bookend fold, because this is like a 4x4 square right here. So I'll just cut this part off because this looks awesome to me, right? And look at all the colors that blended over each other. It doesn't matter. Let me just close up this ink pad because I do want to show you that I've made a few just to show you that I was practicing. This is also made with the gray on the top. Now, again, I told you I used Coastal Cabana. So this was Coastal Cabana next to the Shaded Spruce. I felt like it was too close. I didn't like the contrast as much. So when it happens, when it dries, it kind of lightens up the background. This one is also with the basic gray. Again, this was the old Sponge Dauber in the Shaded Spruce. So you could see it must have had some like old olive in it, or maybe mossy meadow. So it's not as bright as the green here. And the last two that I'm going to show you are made with Misty Moonlight over the top of it. And this one had the Coastal Cabana here with the green, with the Shaded Spruce, Bad Sponge Dauber. And then this one is with the Tenetian Tide as the flowers. But again, this has the blue. So I'm kind of tossed here which one I prefer. Kind of upset that this happened, but I'll just make it a bookend, card. So if you don't know what that is, you can check my post. I'll show you. But when it dries, it lightens up. But how pretty is that? And yes, you are going to get messy, but I promise it washes off with some soap and water, and sometimes shampoo is better. Well, I hope you had a great time watching, and I would love feedback. So if you want to leave me a comment, that's great. If not, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.